So if we look at the following, they are saying which we are given in triangle GEN. In triangle GEF, they are saying to us we have GF, so we should just follow the parallel line. So we have the parallel lines. So we have, let's try to have, so we can say that we have GF, which is going to be parallel to EF. Now, if these two things are parallel to each other, what then follows is this, automatical by default. What then what's going to follow is the following. This side and this side is going to be equal to this side and this side because of the parallel lines. Does that make sense again? Now, where do I get that statement? I get it from the fact that they are saying in diagram DEF, in diagram DEF, I have GH. So I have what? Oh, let me start with GH. GH is parallel to what? To EF. GH is parallel to GF. Then it means I can say that this here, the ratios are going to be equal. Ama ratios were equal. They can be written in this form. Like if they gave me what was the ratio, I was going to write them, which okay, this one maybe is 1:2. That's the ratio. I'm in comparison of G into GE. The ratio is such that is 1:2. I'm just giving you an example. If they gave us what kind of a ratio do they have? So they have two options here. They can give us the numerical value. If they don't give us the numerical value, they're going to give us the ratios. Both of them are fine. It's just that we should be careful when we're dealing with the ratio, we're going to present it with a variable. For example, here, if we continue, they're saying after that, and we have KH, and we also have GF. Can you see this one? Now, if you look at that one, which triangle are we talking about? We are no longer talking about the same triangle now. Remember, what was the first triangle that we're talking about? We're talking about triangle. We are talking about triangle. You're talking about this triangle here. Yeah, this triangle. So this is the first triangle that you have. Now, the next thing that they're talking about us, they're saying to us, we have KH. Now let's go to call it KH with the current color. So I will say, okay, I have KH, here is KH. Can you see KH again? And then KH is parallel to what? KH is parallel to what? So this is the one that we're talking about now. Now it makes we are no longer concentrating on the bigger triangle. Now we're concentrating on the different triangle. The triangle that I'm going to look at now is DGF. Why DGF? Is because I have these two parallel lines in that triangle. You see what I'm talking about here? So I have the first one which has its own parallel lines, so I can use that into my advantage. And then I also have the other one which also has its own parallel lines. So in this case, then I can come and say, okay, but now if I continue with this yellow color here, I would say it means this side here, this side and this side, they are going to be in proportion with this one and this one. If I use the other triangle, which is triangle DGF. So it means in other words now, I'm going to be working in two different triangles. I'm working in triangle DEF. Now, I can also encourage learners to say, okay, guys, you can take this thing and then separate it. Next, we can then safely say that this side and this side, they are going to be in proportion. Now, guys, what is important is this, the comparison of these two sides. So comparison of these two sides, I need to take two people from this side and compare with them with two people from this side. I can't take one person from this side and one person from this side because we're talking about the ratios here. Ratio, it's a comparison. So I'm comparing two people from this side with two people from this side. That's very important. So the first question here, it says that determine with reasons. So we have GK, which is going to be 8. Here's what we said. GK is 18 units. KG is 120. KG is 120 units. And then the first thing that they're asking us is to say, let's write what is going to be TH all over HF. You start there. I think that's what they're asking you. No? That's where you're going to start. You're going to say, okay, but now this thing here, I have DH and HF. I have DH and then I have HF. Using proportionality theorem, how can I write them? That's where I'm going to start. I'm going to say to them, I can write this thing here, dH all over HF. So this is what is guiding me, whatever it is that they are looking for. If I use this triangle, I'm going to say I have DH. So it's DH, and then it goes with what? With HF. So what is it supposed to go with if I compare it with people from this side here? DK. So this is going to go with DK all over KG. And then if they're asking me why am I saying that, it's because I am going to say that I have a line parallel one side of the triangle. So those two things we are sure which they are equal again. Now this is not the only way I can get this ratio. This is not the only way I can get this ratio. I can also get this ratio from this triangle. Let me go and get this ratio from this other triangle that I have. Now if I use this triangle here, then I'm going to say DH all over HL. Still going to use the same principle. Because they're parallel lines here, I will say, okay, this is going to be DH all over HL. This is going to be equal to what if we use the prop theorem here. So this is going to be equal to DG all over EG or GE. And then the reason why am I saying this? I'm saying this because it's line parallel one side of a triangle. Now then the next thing that I'm going to do is to come and check, okay, but here, and I know what is DG. I can come and substitute what is DG here. What is DG here? This is 200. So instead of writing this thing this way, I can say, okay, but now this is actually going to be given as DH all over HF can be written as 200 all over. Do I know what is EG? Let's come and check it. Do I know what is this EG here? So I'm simply going to write it like that. It's going to be EG here. It's fine. So this is EG. Sorry about that. So it's EG. It's fine. Let me go and get the other one. Let me go and check the other one. Because I have two options. I'm going to use both options and then choose the one which is most going to be best suited for this situation. So what else do I have here? I say another way I can write this thing as DH all over HF. And then we're saying, I know what is decay. Come and check what is decay here. 8. So this is 8. Do I know what is kg? What is kg? 108. And then I know what is the reason. And then I can say, but the simplest way in which I can write this thing, if I simplify this with my calculator, it says I'm going to have it's 2 all over 1 all over 3. Now, what are they looking for here? They said, tell us what is going to be D8 all over HF in a simple fraction form. Now, between the two of them, which one is the simplest fraction form? Look at this one. Which one is the simplest fraction form? It's the one which is 2 over 3. So if this the option that I'm going to give them is this one here. And then everything starting from here, I'm going to give them everything starting from here to here. If they ask me to do number 1, that's how I'm going to do number 1. Does it make sense? And then come and check the following. Start with this one. It's fine. Start with this one. Let's determine